That is the reason autism is called a spectrum disorder. No single child will have the same symptoms. Every child will have different symptoms. Every child will have a mixture of CP with autism, will have ADHD with autism, behavioral problems, speech problem, hearing problem. All they come under an umbrella of developmental disorder. But specifically in autism, as I spoke to you, there should be a most important consideration given to the gut. Gut is very important. Second, gut-brain axis. Third, neural inflammation. Fourth, mitochondrial dysfunction. Fifth, loss of synaptic connections developing. Sixth, myelination of the nerves. Seventh, firing of neurons, which is supposed to be done. Normally, there is a theory in science, particularly neurology, it is called as if neurons don't fire, they have to disappear. Connections have to disappear. Now, this is a basic understanding in entire neurology. Either you fire or disappear. So this means entire concept goes on a learning process. If you are firing means you are trying to fire the neurons, that is doing the processes. Second, if you are not firing, the neurons are not getting electrical impulses. There is no transmission of neurological chemicals, that is the neurotransmitters, and the synaptic connections become loose and loose and loose. This is the reason how it becomes the loss of the regression of the disease also is seen, or developing in the children who are growing up around 2 years to 3 years, they are seen because synaptic connections are lost, which were developed during first year and second year of life. Apart from this, you have to look into mother's condition, mother's communication with the child, family communication with the child. All those are playing important. Diet of the child plays a major role. Then there is social environment plays a major role. All these to get input, we can create a protocol. Normally, I work on a protocol this is called a sandwich protocol, in which I work on using the microenvironment of the gut to change. I may use IMT technologies or FMT technologies, where we have a technology where we develop the different healthy microbes in the lab and replace the bad microbes from the intestine, along with pre, pro, and synbiotics together through the enema or the gut or the capsules which are giving the live bacilla. Now, this is the first step to take care to change the microbiome. Once that is done, the gut-brain axis can work more better in the treatment part. Then comes the neuroinflammation. How do we deal that?
What about this neuroinflammation? How do you go on and reduce this neuroinflammation?
Oh, this is a question which is very powerful to me now. Now I explain.
Yes.
The day I deal with neuroinflammation, most of my corrective symptoms will start there taking. Recently, I came across one theory about it. It's called the purogenic receptors. These purogenic receptors also play a role here in neuroinflammation. So we support to block them first. Second, we change the microbiome and change the gut-brain axis. Here, the pathway of macro proteins from a pathological bacilli which enter in the gut will set up the track to the brain, giving some inflammatory cytokines. Now, this we block it completely. And then we use mesenchymal stem cells basically for neuroinflammation to reduce.
So, Doc, like you mentioned about the treatment you do at StemRx Hospital, what difference does StemRx and your researches that you have done in so many years, what difference will it make in terms of the treatment and in the lives of the children?
Gurshin, this particular question has a meaning to reach to the people, because whenever the new science comes up, the science of regenerative medicine is a science which has come in last 10 to 15 years. I call it to be health crisis actually. But today I can answer this question. The reason very simple is that when we talk of science of unmet needs here in autism, world was searching all around, but the basic was not understood by anyone. Still there are challenges. What I spoke today may be wrong tomorrow because new science, new theories will come up tomorrow. But today I can say you, the steps which I follow are based on the theories of the disease, not on just pushing the stem cells, which is done by most of the snake oil shops in the world. They just put the stem cell as now it is done, gone.
Yes.
And the parents are also building that story in the mind. Stem cell we take and we become better. It's not like that. So StemRx has designed a very professional, scientific, academic program where the pathology starts at gut, so we deal with the gut. Starts with the infection, we deal with the infection. Start with the gut-brain axis, we deal with the gut-brain axis. Start with the neuroinflammation, we deal with the neuroinflammation. Starts the problem of mitochondrial dysfunction, we deal the mitochondrial dysfunction. We work on purogenic receptors. We work on resetting the connections of synaptic brain. we bring it the electrical impulse which is normally required minus 80 millivolt transmembrane voltage of the cell for the neurons to fire. So bring that level. Then we improve the microenvironment in the brain. And most important, how do we make the synaptic connection consistently functioning? So we work on these pathologies in the sequential pattern. Our programs are not like other centers globally, where there are programs of 7 days, 2 days, 5 days. I don't know how 7 days or 5 days can change the brain connections, or what is going to happen in the brain, how neurological inflammation will go away, neuroinflammation. That is the reason people are losing confidence in the subject more so, getting confused. So StemRx, compared to other centers, has developed a very powerful sandwich protocol which has this professional and scientific and academic understanding. And for every step, we have an explanation we do. We have an outcome within days, not even weeks. The patient comes, within days, this patient should show the changes in the behavior pattern, speech pattern, vision problem, concentration problem, then again, understanding problem, socialization problem. All that is coming in very short span of time. So we presume on our understanding whatever the pathology in the brain is there taking place in the children's, reasoning from the pregnancy to the birth and birth to the initial milestones, we target all those reasons. And we establish the neural connections back in the child. And then what StemRx is an additional, the best thing what he has done is that once you go from after treatment here, you are still under the loop of the management with the online programs which we give the ID to every patient, means email ID to every patient, where they can access to all training programs which are present on the website of ours, which are educational to the parents, particularly parents, mother, father, relations, establishment, dietary pattern, and they can remain in touch with my team here weekly. This is a big difference compared to other systems. Plus, the working on this is upgraded every 2 months, because we assess the results from all the patients, where are the challenges we are facing, and we change the protocols. So we make it a customized, personalized, and precision protocols. That is the difference between others. So we are in an era of regenerative medicine where every design treatment of the protocol is based on precision subject, personalized subject, and also relatively their developmental status. So we work on that. So it is not just a matter of getting steps and everything will change. So we don't believe that snake oil shop business. We work on scientific. We have our own lab where we develop. We have a FDA approved lab. We have got GMP grade lab where we do all these in-house researches and then bring the protocols. So our technology is translation completely from bed to bench. That's how with the difference between the treatments. There's much more I can talk, but I think we are much ahead of discussion today.
All right. So let's cut it short. So Doc, with this very insightful answer that you have given about the sandwich protocol at StemRx Hospital, created with such professionalism, vigilance, and proficiency, the results are very promising. So I just wanted to know, what are the points which make StemRx very extraordinary in terms of guiding the parents into managing these conditions pre or post the treatment?
Gurshin, very important is that at StemRx, there's a personal counseling sessions. Those are also online sessions. And these sessions are based on video conferences. These sessions, we make them understand basically complete process and disease profile of autism. What is happening first they should understand. Why many of the parents of counseling sessions and one-on-one discussion with the parents, and also taking a complete outcome review of the child with the professional rehab doctors with us, which are very specialized for autistic children, and giving them online programs, particularly giving individual IDs where they can connect to us, very important. Everything. Because you cannot leave the child after initial treatment into a dark zone again where he has come from.
Yes.
And you expect him to improve. It is not possible. Practically, you have to see that they are in constant touch, because if you maintain the connections in the brain, then only child will not regress. That is very important for online program. Plus, we give some of the very strong neuropeptides, exosomes, growth factors, and derived insulin products through through nose by nebulization to change the neuroinflammation. All these make a lot of change in the stem cell. Our treatments are based on intravenous, nasal route, plus on intrathecal routes. And also we select the cell type which is more important. We just don't want to do random cell. We select VACL cells, progenitor cells from the bone marrow. From adipose tissue, we take some specialized cells which are called as the pericytes. And MSCs also we particularly from the MMSCs, we make the exosomes to give nebulization. And the rehabilitation program is absolutely developed for microcurrents, magnetic resonances, high frequency waves, plus the improving mitochondrial dysfunction that we have recently started working on interface of mitochondria. This is a beautiful technology. Once we improve the ATPs of the cell by introducing interface of the mitochondria, the firing of the neurons will take place. Neuroinflammation is gone, firing is started, electrical impulses have been generated. That is the difference we do. So parents can also understand this. These all things are discussed with the parent. This is the beauty of this StemRx. We reach to the parent to give them the outcome. And we know outcome when it will be showing the change. That also we know. So we calculate that time and give that also outcomes to them. We make them that 10 to 15 days the child has to show symptom improvement. And that happens. So we conclude saying that our scientific approach to decide the pathological process taking place in the neural planes of the brain are perfectly understood. And we focus on that. We will still more explore it. We still upgrade it in future.
So Dr. Pradeep Mahajan, what are these specialized cutting edge technologies available at StemRx Hospital in order for the treatment of CP, that is cerebral palsy, and even autism spectrum disorders?
Now, to understand StemRx philosophy, we have designed a protocol which is called the sandwich protocol, which applies to CP as well as autism. This sandwich protocol is based on two parts. One, the inbuilt source of progenitor neural cells which are present in the brain in the areas of striatum, substriatum, dentate gyrus, subventricular zone. These are to be activated. Second, which is more important for us in this technology, is using the not only detoxification programs, we use also hyperbaric, ozone and other therapies and infrared therapies. Then we come to neurotransmitters in the form of peptides and growth factors at StemRx. Then we come to gadgets which are working on microcurrents, second magnetic resonance and high frequency waves. Then we come on the pattern of targeting the brain zones which have been mapped for microcurrent targeting and whole brain charging with NES technology. Then recently we have added technology to improve the firing of neurons through improving the fueling of the neurons by mitochondrial regeneration. The most important mitochondrial regeneration plays a role to improve the function of the neurons. So these different technologies have come here to give a sure result to you.
The protocol that you have created in terms of sandwich protocol, even all of the efforts, the professionalism, and even the vigilance behind each and every protocol in the follow-ups, that is through video call follow-ups, one-on-one sessions with the patient, that just shows how utmost care you give to each and every patient in order to make their child's life better as well as the parents' lifestyle better. That's really great opportunity to understand what StemRx can do. There is a hope for every single parent out there. You just have to reach out to us. Thank you for watching this podcast. If you have any questions, you can reach out to us by the website provided in the link below.